gone through everything that I've went through and made all the decisions that I've made to kind of bring me to this point in time. So I do sometimes feel like there's something guiding me, something that there's like kind of a hand or a sense or but it's only, I was raised a Christian, and so we talk this way.
Right, I was going to say,
so it's not,
Christians say that if you're just open to it, you'll see God's hand working in your life.
Yeah, you'll see God's hand working in your life. So my parents raised me that my mother had a conviction when I was in her womb that I'd grow up to do something great for God.
Really?
Yeah, so they always told me this. So I've always had a conviction, even when I was writing on the porn industry, that I'd grow up to do something great for God.
Yeah, you have a sense of destiny.
Yeah, a sense of destiny.
I kind of have that as well.
Yeah. You do something great for God, or is your destiny
not for God.
In a different
realm.
Yeah, different realm.
It's just this kind of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh, that's interesting. That your mother felt that way. Did she? That's interesting.
Yeah, and I've always had a weakness for the dramatic gesture.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know, I just remember around Christmas time, 1989, I decided, I'm going to convert to Judaism.
Oh, that sort of gesture, yeah.
Well, many sort of gestures. I mean, this...
That's a dramatic gesture.
Word.
Yeah. Right.
And you don't want to forget this one.
Yeah, no, you've made
and this.
many dramatic
and this.
Yeah.
and this.
So do you feel like you're on your way, or
yeah, I do.
Yeah,
that's why I'm a 7 on my happiness scale.
Right, because you feel like you're doing something great for God.
Yeah, and I've got this deal in where I can get Joey to get me to Nana and feed my animal appetites.
Right.
And that way he can support a Torah scholar and get a share of the world to come.
Right.
Why are you doing it so that you're not cast into utter darkness?
Right.
And, sent to hell. I want you to be in the world to come.
Right.
So I've pretty much shot my load of Torah notes.
All right. Well, yeah.
What do you have? Did you ever tell me which Central American country, in your opinion, makes for the best Shabbos goys?
No, I never did cover that.
Which do you think? Guatemalans, El Salvadorans, Costa Ricans, Nicaraguans, Panamanians?
I've never had cause to make use of a Shabbos goy, so it's really hard for me to say.
Okay.
Is this a question of? Is this are there opinions on this?
Well, Rabbi Akiva says, and the Rambam said this, and then in the Shulchan Aruch, Rav Yosef Karo said this, and so it's a machlokas Rishonim. It's a dispute among the.
No, in the Pico Rob area, are there Orthodox women right now debating the merits of different?
No. But definitely Mexicans for blowing leaves.
Yeah.
If you want to get rid of the leaves, definitely they know how to wield a leaf blower. No, but I see in a lot of Orthodox homes they have Central American working for them. I suspect much of the time under the table.
Right.
That could be misinterpreted. Off the books. I don't know if they work for them under the table, and like doing things for them on Sabbath and they're usually Central Americans. So.
Huh. Interesting. So the Central American Shabbos goys.
Right.
Yeah.
I want you to keep talking because I have a very learned point that I'm about to make, but I have to find it first. So just keep sharing us.
I was struck again by the way that the experience at Sinai is. There's this assumption that it's clearly demonstration. I mean, Sinai is a Chabad rabbi once told me that if he knew that Sinai didn't happen, then he would go out and have a bacon cheeseburger and shrimp. That was without Sinai, that there was no purpose for Judaism. Right. But I mean, it says here, and even use the word demonstrate in the translation, that it's a demonstration. But there's this, but it's and the claim that this generation has seen it, has seen God's power at Sinai. But it was not this generation that saw it, and so it's the assumption that that demonstration at Sinai somehow percolate down through generation after generation after generation. I mean, the reality is that Sinai is just a myth to most Jews of this generation. So if Orthodox Judaism is predicated on that, it's very far-fetched.
I think my best friend in the world is Chaim Amalek, and he grew up with a traditional Jewish education. He was always persecuted at school just because he had the last name Amalek.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. How did he get that last name?
I'm not sure. He hasn't revealed that to me, but the kids would just tease him something
really,
terrible.
It's really his last name?
No.
Oh.
But anyway, Chaim Amalek, he emails me. He says, chicks don't dig guys in their 40s who are still flaying about. Try to be more positive, even if you are bleeding rectally inside.
Huh.
So I think he's telling both of us to buck up.
Oh, is he saying that to us?
Well, he wrote this to me many years ago. But
guys in the 40s who are still flaying
about. Try to be more positive, even if you're bleeding rectally inside. You just got away with words that
yeah, that's a beautiful. I mean, that's
beautiful turn of phrase.
Wonderful prose, but you're really. I don't know. It seems kind of inauthentic if you're bleeding rectally to put on a show of positivity.
Okay. I want to talk to the Goyim now.
Mm-hmm.
God chose Jews to be the master race of mankind. However, he soon realized that this had cruel consequences for the less intelligent Goyim of creation. So to protect them from the depredations of the Jews, while still providing free will to one and all, he gave the Jews the Torah, both written and oral, by which they might be fenced in. Rest assured that those Jews who today live in the Torah corral, such as myself, are no threat to the gentle Gentiles of the world. It is the secular liberal Jews like Joey Kurtzman, with his notions of Marxism, tolerance of the sodomite and the transgendered, creator both of socialism and feminism, who is the mortal enemy of the Gentile world. I say this in the hope that when you Goyim awake from your deep moral stupor, the increasingly unlikely event, begin dealing with the Jew problem in your midst, you will leave me alone. I hope this clears everything up. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, more power to you. I don't know what to say to that. That's a beautiful plaintive cry to the Gentiles to be left alone. I don't think they will, Luke.
I think I made a rational...
When did you write this?
I didn't. Chaim Amalek wrote it for me. But he wanted me to post it in my name. So.
I think there are anti-Semites who would agree with you.
Isn't that a great? Doesn't he have a great mind?
Yeah, that's
like very twisted.
That's pretty
very
fantastic.
twisted. I loved it.
So he writes things for you as kind of like how he imagines it would be from Luke's perspective.
Yeah. It just struck me as brilliant. Like because Jews are smarter, and we're good at a lot of things like running banks and Hollywood and the media and journalism and the United Nations. Well, not so much the United Nations.
Yeah.
But I thought that was just so funny that like they're to fence the Jews in to protect the gentle Gentiles. He gave them an oral and written law so that they'd live in the Torah corral.
So they'd be protected from us by the Torah corral.
Yeah.
So it's those of us who have strayed out of the Torah corral.
With your notions of the notions of Marxism and tolerance of the sodomite and the transgender.
Right. We're the danger. So this whole what it says in the Torah when it talks about the dangers of intermarriage, it's not actually to preserve the purity of the Jewish race.
It's to protect the Goyim.
Protect the Goyim from the pathologies of the Jewish mind.
Yes, exactly.
Huh.
Isn't that something to
something
think
ponder,
about
yeah.
as we about to embark on another week without Torah talk between us until we gather again in this this hallowed space to wrestle with the great issues confronting Jews and Goyim alike.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well said.
Love you guys.
Thank you. Have a good week.